1,000 tweets in the last hour. What's happening there?
What is?
Oh, the British people want their money back.
Yeah, that was. I feel like that felt kind. That felt very loved.
What?
Wow.
Okay, so at least now we know from now on, Dan is never allowed to criticize anything I do.
I mean, the royal family is just the Kardashians, but like the taxpayers pay for them.
I mean, I don't feel like there's that much drama.
They just left the country. Well, what will the people of Sussex do without their duke to lead them?
Probably find a new one.
Yeah, but no, I genuinely think that this is the best anecdote I've ever had because it is so incredibly unreal.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys will not believe what has happened.
I don't know. I might at this point.
I would be surprised. Now, obviously, you have a little bit of a hint because you know it's not something normal, given how I'm describing it.
Right,
but you
right.
all know that I have a kitten that I've recently acquired.
I thought you said a kid, and I definitely freaked out for
you
a
don't
hot
know
second.
about my- I'm like Drake. I got a kid I've been hiding so I could become a famous podcast host. Unfortunately, unlike Drake, I did not become wildly successful.
It is a downside, to be sure.
Yeah.
A downside to be sure, but a welcome.
I have a kitten that I've had for about a month now. She is small,
Small. She's small,
small kit.
but bigger,
but bigger.
growing healthy and strong.
So strong.
Minmo, which is
Minmo.
the cat food brand seen in the Silent Hill franchise.
Nice.
Ooh,
It
solid.
says Minmo growing healthy and strong.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a real brand that's just in the game, but I think it's just in the game. Anyway, so my kitten is making some noise the other night.
As
I'm
cat
like,
be
oh,
like.
Cats be all into some noise making. Like if there is like a shoelace that has not been tucked into a shoe, it's as good as dead.
Yeah.
It's a target acquired. Kitten going straight for it. So she's been like getting into like tearing up my book bag. I was I found Minmo and pretty much immediately.
I did.
No, I put Minmo on the screen. Such a great image.
It's amazing.
Why does the cat in the middle look for all the world like a fat hamster?
That's him. That's Minmo.
That's Minmo. Minmo
Maybe-
himself.
Growing strong and healthy. Minmo.
The one and only real Minmo.
It's so memorable. Like you see it once in the game and you're just like growing strong and healthy. Minmo.
Amazing.
Okay. So my kitten's been like destroying whatever she can find. And
be
so it's
like
about
that?
10:30 at night. I had just gotten home from school and it was late and I was tired. And I just hit the hay. So I'm laying down in my room, lights off and everything, watching the YouTube video on my laptop. And I hear her making noise. I'm like, oh my God, what's she doing? So I turn on my phone flashlight. Guess what I see?
What do you see?
No.
Yeah, guess.
Was it
Is it a
was it the
mouse?
cat?
Wait, what? Noah says a mouse? Dan, what was your guess?
Was it your cat?
No.
I've given up now. I got nothing.
It was another cat.
What?
Exactly. It's about 10:30 at night. I turn the flashlight down, and it's not my kitten. It is another kitten.
Where?
All right, so I will explain
How?
momentarily how this happened. And I'm just I sit there in disbelief looking at this thing, and I'm like, hello. And then as I'm looking at it, like I see my kitten slaps it, and they just start like fighting. They're playing.
Nice.
And I'm like, what has happened? Turns out my
your cat has
cat
doubled
invited
overnight.
friends over and didn't tell me.
Like an asshole. That's a bad roommate.
So
your cat's a
it's
bad
actually
roommate.
it's her litter mate. So it's like her brother / sister.
Oh,
I don't-
really? Oh,
Yeah. So it's very cute. He's kind of chonky though. I don't know where he's been living.
he's dummy
But
thick.
he's not. No, he's not like thick because he's still like a wild cat.
Right,
But
right.
he just like broke into the house because the hot water heater in my house is like it's underneath, and in order to make sure it doesn't freeze over, we just kind of like open up some space, like insulated the side, like the crawl space, and then just like opened up the like a part of the wall in my room, and put like some like lattice there just to try and make it so like the pipes don't freeze over and the hot water tank gets some like heat to it,
Yeah.
without wasting all of the energy in the house. And it's pretty small lattice, like but there's a little chunk where it's broken, so I'm guessing this kitten like crawled in through that chunk to come in and hang out.
That tracks.
So yeah, he just broke a cat just like broke into my house, and he's I think been doing it for a couple days
Interesting.
because I had a dream the other night. About another cat being in my house, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Why is this cat in here? It's crazy. And then I thought it was. I guess I maybe wasn't asleep or was like half awake. And he's been in here a couple times. I've like seen him like running around eating cat food and just like hiding. He's not like social or anything, but yeah. Turns out I got another cat. Kind of. Half.
Sort of.
More or less.
Yeah, that's real good.
It's a wild story. I turned the flashlight on and I just saw another cat.
I would have screamed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have lost my shit.
I mean, he was very cute.
Well, yeah, but there's another animal in my house.
Oh yeah, but it's a cute one. If it's like a possum, I probably would have been pretty excited if it was a possum.
See, I don't know. I am high key not a fan of discovering animals in my house.
Yep.
I mean, most people aren't, but like when it's like a cute kitten that's like playing with your kitten, it's like, all right, this is kind of cute.
I don't know, man. Last time my cat brought a cat anywhere near the house, they fought like a lot, like actual fight, like. Who?
Yeah, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, but at 10 at night when
so
I'm
that's why my reaction
that
wasn't.
I would have like. I'm impressed by your like recognition of what was going on because I feel like in the same situation I would have been freaking out.
I mean, it's just two kittens playing. It's a very soothing scene.
You are trying to convince me that this isn't a weird thing and like something that I should have been okay with.
I think it's an incredibly weird thing. I started by saying this is the most unusual story I've ever had to tell.
Yes, but you're trying to say it as though it is a thing that I should be okay with, and I'm not.
No,
I'm not okay with it happening. I would have lost my goddamn mind.
I did. It was crazy. That's why I'm saying it's the craziest story I've ever had to tell. But I'm not like mad. Like, what am I gonna do? Yell at a kitten for trying to come somewhere warm in the middle of winter?
No. I'm not mad at it. I would have been freaked the hell out though. Like I would have.
Yeah, that's standard. So was I.
Oh, okay, because the way you were saying it was like, oh no, I was totally calm and it was very soothing. I'm like, that's not calm and soothing finding an animal in your house.
No, I don't think he said he was calm and soothed. I think he just said he was too tired to really react.
Well, no, like I wasn't like too tired necessarily. It's just like the scene wasn't like disturbing. It was just like, and it wasn't my kitten, but I was also like, all right, yeah. Like, what else am I gonna do? Yeah, take it as it comes. You look out and there's another cat in your house. You say, "There's another cat in the house." You can't throw it out. It's like. It snowed like 2 feet today.
You really did, didn't it?
Yeah, it snowed a ton. I went into work at like 11 and it was snowing pretty hard. And I left work at like 9 and it was snowing pretty hard and it hadn't stopped all day.
Yeah, I drove home from Ohio, like about 3 hours into Ohio today. And Ohio, road-wise, actually isn't too bad. They're not getting too much bad snow. But when I got about an hour away from the PA border, it just started snowing really hard, and at one point we pulled off to use a rest stop before we finished the drive, and there were easily 30 trucks pulled over, and I'm like, well, this is concerning. I really hope they don't know something that I don't. And as it turns out, it was fine. It's just your average interstate like fluffy mess snow.
But when you hit the Pennsylvania border, like the roads get like a million times better.
Oh my gosh, they do.
Ohio.
We were driving. Insane. It was the trashiest road, and then there was a little bump right at the sign that said "PA welcomes you," and it's suddenly the roads were quiet again, and they were good.
It's insane how terrible Ohio's roads are. Yeah, because like when I drove to work, I crossed the state line, and there's like the sign, like the border. And then there's just like terrible roads, and you can see them. And in the summertime, the roads are just like destroyed.
Yeah,
just,
they're constantly under maintenance.
Yeah, and there's just like the PA roads are paved, and they end, and then like the Ohio road begins, and it's just like immediately your car's like.
I just want to know.
Speaking of cars,
how they can do that so much without the road ever getting better.
It's like a perpetual. It's like Sisyphusian struggle where they have created a situation in which. They only pave the roads as fast as they're decaying. And they start with the worst. So by the time they get back to starting over where they were at, that road's already fully decayed again.
I hate that.
Fair enough.
Today when I was driving to work, I got a crack in my windshield.
Ew.
Yeah. A rock.
Whack.
Yeah. And the roads were like terrible and it was snowing really hard, so I couldn't get like the guy's license plate or anything for like insurance purposes.
Oh, did he throw a rock at you? Oh,
no, it was like a trucker. Yeah, if they throw it up at you, you can get it for like insurance purposes.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. I was very concerned that someone actually just threw a rock at you.
No. That'd be pretty sick though.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Safe Flight is like really cheap, so if you have insurance, and I do have insurance, believe it or not.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your in-service.
So College Humor's dead.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Well, sort of. It's sort of dead.
It's almost exclusive. It's incredibly dead.
It's okay.
One employee bought the company, yes.
Yeah. One employee bought the
But
company.
there are no other employees working for the company.
For the time being. My understanding was that his whole, like, his literal number one thing was trying to, like, not let it completely be gone forever.
Yeah, completely though. But it's more like an archiving sense and like owning the rights.
That's fair.
Like none of the people are working there anymore. They're all, a lot of them are moving on.
That is the thing that happened. Yes,
That's sad.
it is really sad.
They set up a website. What is it, like hireacollegehumor.com or something like that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
like all the employees are like trying to secure,
desperately
work
trying
for
to
each
get
other.
jobs and work.
Well, yeah, because suddenly they went from having a job to not having a job.
This is true. The Drawfee guys are a little less concerned.
They were
probably
recent.
because-
They haven't always been College Humor though. That was a fairly recent acquisition.
Well, yeah, but all of the people that were on Drawfee were College Humor people.
I mean, yeah, but they've experienced success outside of. It's so weird to me that Drawfee's like, I don't want to say famous, but like they have like well over 1 million subscribers now.
Mm-hmm. They're almost.
I haven't watched a Drawfee video in forever.
1.5.
Yeah, I used to watch them before Julia was even a co-host or a guest host.
I don't know that I ever actually have watched a Drawfee video.
Oh, they're such a good time. I love their
They're fairly
videos a
soothing.
lot.
Yeah, people they just like have prompts and then everyone draws like their interpretation of the prompt.
That's fun.
Yeah, they just did a video recently. Their first video after having,
The one that's
been
called
laid
Drawfee
off.
Gets New Jobs.
Drawfee Gets New Jobs is a gold mine of a video.
Their series that's on Dropout is actually really good too.
Now that's something I was wondering about. You have Dropout. Is Dropout gonna get canceled now that?
No, actually, it's because they fund differently, and they're not like they are a subsidiary of College Humor, and so because College Humor is technically not disbanded because someone still owns the company, they're not like the company like the Dropout branch isn't canceled, and there's like channels that are semi-independent working on it, like Drawfee and like the Dimension 20 are like two groups that are part of College Humor, but we're more like contracted, like machinima style contracted by College Humor.
Oh, cool.
So like they were using like the name and the branding basically to gain recognition, not because they were directly associated, like how Drawfee was.
Yeah, because they definitely are having a rough time now, but their boss is allowing them to keep pretty much all. Well, their former boss, I suppose, is allowing them to keep pretty much a good portion of the channel. Like everything is a lot of theirs type of thing, That
And they already
really fell
they
apart
can
on
just
me.
rebrand pretty simply.
I don't think they're going to try and rebrand. And luckily, they're all very talented, like artists and illustrators, so they will be able to find something again sooner than later, ideally.
Well, they could just keep making videos.
Well, they're not.
But, like-
they're definitely not making enough money on the channel to get that, though.
I mean, I mean, there's definitely a way to make that cost effective, given like the amount of like viewer retention and the amount of like videos uploaded. There's always been a channel with 1.5 million views can always be made profitable, I think, unless you're like.
It depends on how many people
one of those,
you're,
like, parody-
you're trying to. It depends on how many people you're trying to pay. Like for one person, sure, but for
there are 4 people.
10 people, 4 people is a little harder. But like without any kind of like external Patreon or merch or anything like that, it gets difficult really fast.
Yeah, but then they could just do that.
Well, yeah, but that stuff still takes time to like set up the infrastructure for. Like it's not something you could do literally overnight, practically overnight, but not literally overnight.
So like 2 nights.
I'm just saying that there are plenty of YouTube channels out there that are doing like 1.5 mil views per video and are not doing great.
It depends on like the size and scale of the video. I'm sure if you like manage things poorly, that can be the case, but I don't think with them that's what's going on. Especially if they're not having any plans of like canceling what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like the biggest, the reason that they're basically shutting down is because they're made unprofitable by the fact that they heavily advertised, and especially on like Facebook, and moved a lot of their stuff as priority to Facebook. It's the same thing that's going on with like several other companies, because like Facebook lied.
Yep.
Basically, about the views, they inflated the numbers by up to 900% in some cases. They were saying. Facebook was taken to court and they were fined like it was like $60,000, $50,000.
Not enough for it to
And
even
they
be like a
literally
thing.
like ruined organizations.
Jesus.
Because if you're faking, it's not 100% fake, but basically anyone who scrolls by the video because it immediately plays even with sound off counts as a view. So everyone who scrolls by the video on their newsfeed counts as a view. So it's like super inflated, and then people aren't actually like retained because the viewer information is basically just that
Mm-hmm.
how many views you have. There's no information about who actually like watched the video, who visited the site. It's just like, hey, look at all these people watching your video.
Mm-hmm.
So then people thought Facebook was like where it was at, where the new video sharing platform was, and then it turned out Facebook lied.
Fun.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Flip side, guess I'm really not surprised.
Yeah, no, not even a little, but disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly,
wish,
like, when's the last, like,
I wish that
Probably
if
humor, I
the
haven't
world
watched too
was
much
going to be,
recently anyway.
I wish that we were going to live in a corporate dystopia, it would just go full Shadowrun already. That's what I want. I'm disappointed that we're like kind of like inching our way there instead of just jumping 2 feet first into a cyberpunk dystopia. That's what that's how I feel.
You can't really jump headfirst into that kind of thing.
You can. You just not easy, apparently.
It's much harder because most people will put up vehement resistance to it.
Eh.
But if you can slowly inch it in, works fine.
I'm just saying that I want to be able to wear cyberpunk aesthetic.
You can.
again. No, I can't, because then Noah would be right about something, and I can't have that.
Why would
What?
Noah be right?
Because Noah and I made a joke, I think last episode, about punk being his culture,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Because
cyberpunk
you
is
kept
not
going
the
off
same.
on like how I have no
Is
culture.
punk dead? Noah?
I would say no.
Here is my
There you have it,
question,
folks.
I don't have anything else to expand upon that. I just don't think punk is
Here's
dead.
my question as an add on to that. Do you think things like, specifically in terms of aesthetic, right? Things like cyberpunk are a actual subset of punk, or have they grown to become their own thing?
They've never been a subset of punk. Not like
Really?
punk. No.
Interesting.
Because things like cyberpunk, that's a take on like the aesthetic, not like the lifestyle. The lifestyle is not one that I incredibly subscribe to. I like the aesthetic.
Well, I'm thinking aesthetically, purely.
Oh, yeah, no, they're still then.
You know what I'm curious about? Didn't like Prince Harry just like decide not to be
He did.
royal anymore?
Yeah,
he
they
did
stayed
do that.
away from the royal family. Oh, you good?
Yes, he did. He did do that.
Yeah, this
people
bottle
were
caps I think fell over.
people were very upset about that. Why?
Yeah, I don't know why people had
Well,
such strong opinions.
It's part of it.
Do you think
to
he's
be-
actually like
to be fair?
performing
To be
duties? Do you
fair.
think he's like, I must rule over the people to collect the taxes?
Well, that's the thing, is that a fuckload of their shit went, like a fuckload of their recent house like remodeling and like a bunch of their shit was taxpayer funded, and then they were like, actually we want the taxpayer money but not the air quotes responsibilities that come with it. And also, I was looking through some of the like compare and contrast between the fucking Prince Harry and what's the other fucking one?
Harry Styles.
Nope.
That's my only guess.
The other royal couple. What the fuck is their name?
Harry Styles.
Whatever. The point is, between the two royal the
two Harrys.
the two royal couples, and
The Hendersons?
the UK media was shitty, for lack of a better really word to use it, like just like in ways that you would kind of expect, but I could see how that would become a thing that would endlessly weigh on you when
I mean, the royal family is just the Kardashians, but like the taxpayers pay for them.
I mean, I don't feel like there's that much drama.
They just left the country.
Well, yeah, but same,
Didn't that one guy like cheat on his wife like incredibly publicly?
maybe.
Like recently?
Which guy? One of the Kardashians?
The prince.
The prince.
Andrew?
I mean, one of the Kardashians
Andrew?
too. Like
Is
they're
that it?
similar to
Prince
each other.
Andrew?
They're all the same to me. They're all.
Well, I mean, there's the pedophile.
Yeah, that
One
one.
of the princes is a pedophile.
Yeah, not the one that just
That
left.
also-
The other one.
No,
Andrew?
And
Is
a lot
that-
of people-
Is that right?
there are people that are of the opinion that the reason Harry and his wife are
Styles.
leaving is because there's going to be some smackdown on
William, that was it. Prince William, that was the other one. I don't think William wasn't the pedophile as far as I know, but
no, I don't think he was the pedophile, but
Andrew
there's going to be
was.
like some
Andrew was.
smackdown on Andrew, and there's a lot of speculation that like because of that is why they are stepping back.
You're telling me that he didn't want to be friends with his pedophile brother because can't hold him that
I don't
against
think
him.
brother.
Didn't you want him
I
to
think
Canada?
uncle.
I think he's more like an uncle or a great uncle, but yes,
They're
he
probably
does
both,
not
right?
want to
Isn't
be.
that how the royal families work? They're like all brunkles.
No, I don't think so.
Did they stop doing that?
That hasn't
stopped
been a
doing
thing
the
for a
Brunkle
very
thing?
long time.
You could have fooled me with the way they look. Got him. Many of them are very attractive. Prince Harry's actually a pretty attractive guy.
Prince Harry
He's
is
kind of rude.
yeah, no, actual fact.
Yeah, he's a cutie. I don't want to disrespect him, but I do feel bad for the people of his duchy who will rule over them.
Yes,
to protect them from outside harm.
You know what? You're right.
Which is, of course, the modern use of monarchies.
Yes. Monarchies are just the Kardashians, but taxpayered.
Again,
you cannot convince me otherwise.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just confused by it, but I'm also not willing to engage. I'm not willing to engage with this because I don't have enough information to back up what I think is correct. And I'm not willing to spend 6 hours forming a thesis for what is...
That's why I don't have to back anything up because I'm just giving you my opinion.
An argument in bad faith.
The faith isn't bad because it's the royal family that's bad.
Yeah, I'll agree on that one. Not a fan of the royal family.
Yeah, what do they do besides like take people's money? Because they can't actually function.
Huge,
they can't do something.
Tourism thing. They're the last monarchy in this well, not
developed
like country. The last monarchy, but yeah, that's it. In developed countries.
If you go as a tourist, you can't see them.
No,
you
but
can't,
they're
go
there.
With the queen. You can just walk through the castle.
Sometimes you can see the queen.
You can walk.
They cut the royal family's heads off. They can just keep the castles, right?
And I will say, walking through the castles was very cool.
Did you get to meet Harry?
I did not, but I did.
He was probably on his military tour actually when you were doing that.
Honestly,
sure. Harry? Did you get to meet Harry Hong?
Yeah, I did actually.
Player.
Very cool.
Wow. Yeah, he's really good. He is one of the only 2 people to ever beat Jonas Neubauer in the Classic Tetris World Cup. If you met Joseph Saley, I'd be impressed, but
I don't know. I know I know this argument isn't as simple as they don't do anything, because I know that's vastly understating the work that they do. Do.
But
yes,
I again, as I said earlier, they must protect the people of the English people from the foreign invaders.
I don't
and
have
collect the taxes and ensure that their portion
lazy.
of the crop is fairly treated.
But I mean, I get why. I get why he fucking stepped down. Like, it makes sense. It's a whole
Does he get to keep being rich?
Sort of. Actually, he's
that's dumb.
Well, so what happened from what I was and I'm paraphrasing from multiple articles and talking to my girlfriend and just not knowing enough about it. They've actually been kind of prepping for this for a little while and separating parts of their brand
preppers
and basically stuff that was theirs and was theirs through the royal family, kind of splitting some of it off into actually being theirs, but the bankroll, the basic essentially daddy cut off my credit card kind of thing is a thing. But yes, they're still very rich.
The people of Sussex, I don't know what they're gonna do without their duke.
Probably get a new one.
Yes, I did just Google to find out where he was the duke of.
I'm very proud
probably get a new one, right?
Do you think the duchy can be so easily filled?
Yeah, I mean that.
You think
historically, yes.
Sussex is in very south, the most southernmost part of England. What if the French invade? What if the Normans come back? What will the people of Sussex do without their duke to lead them?
Probably find a new one.
But you don't have time to find a new one when the Normans are storming the gates. It's
really easy to find you just pick a guy and be like, "Hey, you're the new duke. Congrats!"
Will he be as capable as Duke Harry was?
Honestly, probably. Like you said,
how many times did the Normans invade Sussex when Harry was in charge?
You got a point there.
How many times? How much work has Prince Harry actually done? He's a Kardashian. So I'm just saying maybe
that is
get
not
one that's
what
not a
he said.
Kardashian.
You just pointed out how vigilantly he has been defending them his entire time as their duke.
I'm not gonna sit here, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and then pretend like I'm going to.
Since the 11th century.
I'm not gonna let this argument get flipped back around to make it so that I'm the one arguing this. I hate this. But yeah, it's very fun. It's very interesting to watch.
Dan, known apologist of Norman invasions.
Oh, that's true.
Excited
yes, no,
to
that's
see
actually fact.
The Duke of Sussex leave so the French can once again conquest.
Listen, the French have been put too long. Have the French been made fun of? It's their time.
Now it's time for them to take over Sussex.
Just Sussex though. They're gonna stop there.
What do you think would happen if the French just annexed Sussex right now?
I don't know. Probably the same thing that happened when Russia tried to annex Ukraine.
Don't do it. Don't say it.
I said it.
Wait, what would you say when they tried to? Did you say what I think you said?
Yeah, the Ukraine. Yes.
Oh no, I thought you said Crimea. Okay.
Oh, that also yes.
Yeah.
Both of those things are equally bad.
So do you think that the UN would let France have Sussex, or do you think that they would take it?
Hear me out. I don't think the UN is going to have a say in it because the UK doesn't give a shit anymore.
The UN, not the EU.
Ah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah,
too many fucking acronyms.
It's true. I can't believe the French are gonna take Sussex.
Yeah, it's a weird choice for them.
What if the Germans did it?
Ooh, we shut that. No, that shit would get shut down real fast.
Why?
Yeah, you know why.
But the Saxons. What if the Saxons have been looking to expand?
Yeah, but they tried that once.
They actually like pretty much got it.
They
in
did.
England. The Normans did too, though.
Yep.
What if the Romans come back?
Italy has been sitting there this whole time. They've been watching.
Italy's just like rubbing their hands together, like, oh boy, can't wait to annex this province as soon as the Duke leaves.
I'm just saying, that Pope has been itching to just appoint a brand new Holy Roman Emperor. It's been a while.
It's about time. Honestly, where's the Holy Roman Emperor at?
Haven't heard much from him recently.
Who do you think it would be?
Ooh.
Harry Styles.
I don't know who's Catholic enough, but I guess Harry Styles. Yeah, sure. Why not?
My uncle Bill's Catholic.
Is he Catholic enough, though?
He went to the Vatican.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he's more Catholic than a lot of people, I guess.
More Catholic than I am.
That's not saying
Me too.
much.
Excuse me, Dan. What is that supposed to mean?
Noah, are you Catholic?
Noah, are you a Catholic?
That's not the point.
I kind of think it is.
You know what? I don't think that's the point
Literally
either.
is, but go on.
Hey,
Dan, is he? So I think it's a pretty short list. It's between like my uncle Bill and Harry Styles to become the new Holy Roman Emperor.
I mean, he could do a big change around and appoint himself.
That would be
Because,
a huge twist.
You saw that video posted like literally January 1st. The Pope slapped around some lady who was grabbing at him.
What if the Pope appointed? Hear me out here. What if the Pope played Undertale and loved it so much that he appointed Matt Pat as the Holy Roman Emperor?
You know what?
I think that's gonna happen. I think that's actually how this is gonna go down.
The Pope bangs his scepter on the ground and demands Undertale 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
No,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
just Undertale 2.
Fair enough.
And Toby Fox becomes the Holy Roman Emperor. I don't know. It's got to be somebody, right? Like,
Gotta be. I mean, you can't just appoint nobody.
can't believe the Pope slapped her.
I can't believe it, honestly. It was such a weird...
His security guards were like ready.
Right? Like, they were ready to actually, like, just straight up murder that woman. But the Pope was too busy slapping her around.
I don't like this GIF. I gotta turn the GIF off. Turn the GIF off. All right, I just deleted it because I couldn't turn the GIF off. Yeah, I can't believe that lady is gonna be the Holy Roman Emperor,
You know what? I can.
which is gonna exist exclusively in Sussex.
I support it.
What if like America just announced that like we were annexing Sussex?
My dude,
I think it would be more bottle caps fell off my desk.
The more we talk about this, the more I get like
Are you
vaguely
getting
sad.
like secondhand anxiety about annexing
yes.
Sussex? Don't worry,
Yes.
Dan. You won't be drafted to annex Sussex.
I think he's gonna be.
I think
it's just gonna be
there's
him.
a solid. It's just me standing alone against the entirety of Sussex.
I mean, they don't have a duke. Who's gonna protect them?
Me walking in and be like, "What up?
Sussex,
I'm the Duke now."
as if.
Who's gonna organize the militia?
Was Sussex
They
more
don't even
like
know what to do.
Sussex?
Wow, that was
Come on,
very
dude, you
rude
gotta
to your new
you
people,
gotta attack
Dan.
the people of Sussex right now. When their
They
duke's
have
gone,
no one to protect
come on.
them.
Point is,
So,
my point is,
what's your fear?
oh, I'm
What
just
did you
getting,
say the-
I'm
you
getting
were going with the
secondhand.
percentage.
I'm getting secondhand anxiety about like World War III again. So
It's like honestly, I think the biggest mistake ever made was calling it World War II.
yeah, right.
Because now we've got Disney just like, ooh, we can monetize this for sequels.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. If they
And tell me I'm wrong.
pointed me at the enemy and told me I will give you a Star Wars weapon and you can go shoot people, I'm
Are
gonna do
you
it.
really?
Yeah, no, I'm
Are
gonna do
you
it.
really out
100%.
here like
Oh,
You
Dan would
trying to tell us
you,
you're
commit
I
crimes
anxious
want-
for
World
fantasy
War III,
properties.
but now you're out here like, if they give me a laser gun though, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
World War III. Is that really what you're saying?
Yes, no, that is objectively what I'm saying.
Dan, that's
Noah.
a bad take.
Noah,
y'all ever just not have principles before?
Noah, hear me out.
No,
Laser gun.
no.
It's a gun.
Yeah, Dan, I just
that shoots
think that's
lasers.
a bad take.
It's a gun. Shoots lasers. Lasers people.
Yeah, I know what the
People
laser
get
gun does,
lasered.
Dan. But
And
hear
would
me
you,
out, Dan.
Would you kill people with it?
110%. I'd feel real bad about it afterwards.
Dan.
But what a rush.
Wow.
Okay, so at least now we know from now on, Dan is never allowed to criticize anything I do.
That is not true.
Nope,
I'm
that
just
is what I'm
advocating
getting
murder.
here.
Man, you just said you would feel
I'm just
great
ad-
and
I'm
have
just
a wonderful
advocating-
rush
I'm just
murdering
advocating-
people at the
You
hands
were
of Disney.
advocating World
I'm
War III,
just
sponsored by
advocating-
Disney Company,
And you were volunteering to murder people.
as long as they gave you a cool
Because
way to murder
who?
people.
What a rush.
Yes, Noah. As long as you give me a cool way to murder people, it's not murder. Everyone knows that. Also,
That
if
is
you're the good
literally
guys,
not how that
murder.
works.
I'm always the good guys.
It's only you're only the bad guy if you're the bad guy.
From my
obviously.
perspective, the Jedi are evil.
Oh yeah, no. From my perspective, the Disney is evil, but then they gave me a laser gun, so like whatever.
That literally makes Dan.
I like the idea that there's like people using like that from my perspective, like that classic like like little bit where it's just like actually evil is subjective, but the Paradise Lost, the Milton, the whatever your heaven is my you know what I'm talking about. Whatever he says, whatever Lucifer says in the poem. I like the idea of people being like, well, it's all subjective, and then like people at the top, just like billionaires, just being like, from my perspective, the poor people are evil.
I mean, that is essentially how it goes. Yes.
From my perspective, my employees who I force to work 50-hour weeks and don't give breaks, they're the bad guys.
Yeah, no, that's 100% of what the world we live in is. And now we circle back around to, again, if we're gonna live in a dystopian mega corporation run society, just get on with it.
I personally think that would be no good.
Oh, it would be bad. It would be a bad life. We would be.
What if they gave you a laser gun?
It's a hard sell. It's a real hard sell.
So you would murder people, but you wouldn't live a not very fun life?
I mean, I already do one of those things, so fuck it.
You tell me you'd rather murder people than continue doing what you're doing now? If it was with a laser gun?
If it was with a laser gun, I'd strong consider it. Yeah.
What if you could be fabulously wealthy for the rest of your life if you just killed a handful of people whenever Disney told you to?
100%. That's not even a question.
Dan,
The
you
human
can't
life has
murder people for Disney.
Statistically, human life has no value. It's fine.
Dan, you can't
What?
say
But
that.
no money?
No.
What value does money have then? If human life has no value,
Whatever
Also,
value,
statistically, money
whatever
has no
value
value.
life
is
has
assigned
no
to it.
value, then why?
so then statistically,
No,
human life
no.
has value if it's assigned to it. Correct?
Only if I agree to it. Apparently.
Well, I'm glad to know Dan is the god of the universe now, assigning value to things. Anyway,
Also, that's not fair.
What would
Yeah,
the money-
human
what would the
human
amount
lives
be?
have value. Organs are very expensive.
What would the amount be?
I think somebody did the math on that once, didn't they? Like if you
no, yeah,
harvested.
someone did the math on.
no,
it's
not the
not
amount-
much. It's
I'm
only like a
saying what would the
million.
amount
It's only like
for
a million
you
or
to
something.
do that. I'm saying what would
I
be the
feel
amount
like-
of money it
okay.
would take for you to start killing people?
See, the moment I put a dollar sign on it, then it goes from being this is a hypothetical scenario that I'm talking about on a fun podcast to this is an admission of guilt that I'm talking about on a fun podcast. A lot. I'm not giving a solid dollar amount because that's going to come back to bite me in the ass.
Wait. You're not giving a dollar amount
Because
to the
dollar
human
amount is
body?
the problem, not the murdering. No, he doesn't want to give the dollar amount for what he would do it for, but he doesn't mind saying that he would absolutely do it if Disney offered him enough money.
Yeah. Because as long as I'm keeping it as a broad strokes, it would happen. It's a fun hypothetical that I am taking a weird spicy take on
So
for the first of a comedy
if-
podcast.
If you're legally selling the human body,
Yes.
you're gonna get like about $1 million. But if
Yeah,
you're
that's about right.
illegally selling
it's like
organs, you get up into the 1.2 billion range.
From my perspective, the organs are evil.
that appendix, super evil.
Yeah, it's just like a bomb.
It is. It's just a bomb that you keep inside of you at all times. How much cooler would it be
and
if it was
doesn't
an
even
actual
explode
bomb?
to, like what?
What?
What did you say? How much fun would it be?
I said how cool would it be? But then I realized what I was saying and I cut it and I stopped talking. So
Oh, I mean, because like it's kind of like it's a bomb, but not in like a sense where you could like ever like use it.
no, it's
Like,
a useless bomb.
For
It's
any
a
purpose,
self-destruct
it just will
button.
kill you.
It's a self-destruct
and
button.
exclusively you. Exactly. Well, you can't. No, it's not even a self-destruct button because you can't push it. You can't just decide your appendix is going
Right.
to burst.
You know what? Screw this appendix. Let it explode. See if I care.
I channel all my energy into bursting my appendix.
explodes. Surprise Pikachu face.
I'm gonna cast a spell of burst your appendix.
Oh man, I remember that. That was a weird spell in Pathfinder. I remember that.
I just start chanting out "burst your appendix."
like that you don't chant it in another language. You just say it in English. Just burst your appendix.
Burst your appendix.
It just like doubles over. Oh, my appendix. I think that's where this pain is originating from. It's a weird pain that I'm not quite familiar with, so it might not be appendicitis. I can't guarantee. And given the way he's chanting, I'm assuming it is.
Is that just gaslighting somebody? It's actually like just a really bad stomach cramp. Just gaslighting him into believing it's his appendix. He kept chanting, "Burst your appendix."
So you're telling me that the burst your appendix spell actually gives him a stomach cramp?
Yes. It's a very. You see, they trained it. They did the spell wrong as a joke. How disappointing!
That sounds about right.
You think you're about to kill a man by bursting his appendix? He's like, oh man, my I need Tums. I need some like muscle relaxer or something. 20 minutes later, he's fine.
Anybody got some Tums?
Also, I want to circle back real quick to something Noah said. Noah, I might be advocating killing people. That might be what I'm doing. But you know what? At least I'm not doing it in a fucking denim vest.
Why do you dog on my denim vest?
That was the weirdest denim sack I've ever
denim
heard.
vests are terrible and the worst. They're just the worst.
You're literally selling your soul to a soulless corporation.
At least I'm not wearing a denim vest while I do it.
And you're just out here like, but denim vests, those are the real evil.
They are.
But denim vests are incredibly cyberpunk.
It's
true.
They are, which is a problem. And I will admit that is a problem that I have. But you know what? I will find other pieces of cyberpunk that I can wear that aren't a denim vest.
I would argue that currently Noah is more cyberpunk than you are.
That's true. No, that's very true. I'll give him that.
And maybe he's more cyberpunk than you'll ever be.
That's not saying much. Because
why? You don't want to be cyberpunk?
No, I do. But I
just will never truly be cyberpunk.
No, I do. I just also don't really know that I would put the effort in to do it properly. And
that's
like
also true.
The cyberpunk aesthetic that like I would end up going for is like way heavier into like
the cyber.
The heavier into the cyber and heavier into like the Decker look, right? Rather than the actual like punk side of it.
Who?
You know?
The who?
Decker from Blade Runner. The main character in Blade Runner. Pretty sure that's the name, right? Decker, Blade Runner?
Sounds right. I haven't seen Blade Runner in a long time.
Decker is from Shadowrun. That's why I was confused.
Oh, so that's an ugly tie. You sure you want to wear that tie? This isn't cyberpunk. This is just a man in a trench coat. Dan, how dare you?
You just want to wear a trench coat.
Oh no, they discovered my secret. Oh no, wait, hold on.
Wait, so not only does Dan want to wear a trench coat, but he's too cowardly to just wear something that is commonly available?
Yes.
Also, he wants to wear an ugly square bottom tie.
Ooh, that tie is ugly. I didn't ever realize how ugly that tie is. That tie is rough.
That's a butt ugly tie.
No, that tie is rough. I'll give you that.
I respect how it cuts off real hard right at his belt, but like
what is fucking God, what's the character's name in Blade Runner 2049?
You're thinking about Ryan Gosling?
Yes, I am. What's his character's name?
That's his name.
I think that's accurate.
His name is Kay.
This guy.
God fucking damn it.
This guy never met Ryan Gosling before.
K.
K-A-Y?
No, just K.
Yeah, like the letter.
The letter K.
Oh, so you want to dress up like K, huh?
K does have a better look, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it's a black leather instead of brown. And also the
like,
canvas.
Yeah, the single tone undershirt.
It's the tie, right? You just don't want the tie.
The tie is rough, dude. I didn't realize how bad the tie was until you mentioned it, and boy, that tie is rough.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Glad you could save me from a mistake.
Literally just a trench coat. You're not even looking for like cyber augmentations. Like,
oh no, dude. I've for years now.
I know you would replace every bit of your body with a robot that can do it better.
Replace this fragile human flesh with robot parts.
I just want to be Dave Bautista's character and just wear like a mechanic's outfit. Like I just want to wear like a onesie.
2 words: cyber dick.
You're already a cyber dick,
a little bit too much about you that I didn't want to know. It's a very weird first body part to bring up.
What, Noah?
I said you're already a cyber dick, Dan.
That felt kind. That felt very loved.
What?
This is something he's established that he desires.
Yes, this is all I ever want. You told me I am the 2 things that I want to be.
You're telling me way too much. Like you're revealing a lot of information that you necessarily shouldn't, especially not in a place where it's publicly available.
What? That I want To have a robot dick? I feel like that's not that weird.
When that's the first part of when that's the first thing you mentioned.
I feel like it's the easiest to get people on board with.
No.
In
What's
my
really
experience.
funny, Jackson, is I have heard
Cyber
this conversation
Eyes, first thing I
3 or 4 times, and his girlfriend is heavily not on board.
No,
with that
she's
statement.
not. She's not.
It's weird. It's a weird sentiment.
Listen.
Because like you can just buy one of those.
Yeah, but it's not the same, man.
The same as what?
Having one.
Why?
Because one you buy and it's like it's not attached to you.
What?
Huh?
Like if I buy a robot dick, that's just a fancy dildo.
Wait, hold up. I can't find my recording right now.
Oh no,
Where'd it go?
Jackson, what have you done?
I mean, it's still recording. I just don't know where to find it.
Yeah, you'll find it when we're done. Listen,
No,
Noah,
I'd
you've heard
rather-
this.
He's
You've
okay
heard
to
this.
find it now.
You've heard this argument
Found
multiple
it.
times. Yes. Here's the thing. All the rest of the body parts, right? My arms, my legs,
Yeah.
my brain, whatever. That's all stuff that people expect. Everyone's like, yeah, of course I replace whatever. Nobody's talking about cyber dick. And that's well, thank you for coming to a TED Talk where I will explain to you why you too should want a cyber dick.
Wait, hold up. Why can I not find my audio?
While Jackson searches for his audio, please sit back.
Found it.
Okay, well, TED Talk over.
I've lost it twice, but I found it twice.
Nice.
Sounds like my will to live. Ayo. Okay, we're done
At
here.
least you found it.
That's true. Well, no, see, I started with it and then I lost it. So that starting with it, I counted as finding it once. It's like if somebody asked, oh, did you lose your phone, but you've had it on you all day? You're just like, oh, yeah, I have it. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I tuned you out
All
real
right.
hard. I tuned everything out real hard for
Nah,
a hot
you just
second.
gave like a Reddit response, and I just kind of like couldn't. Just made me
I don't even
maybe
know.
just
What,
about as sad as me saying that we were gonna annex Sussex made Dan the cycle. It's like me saying, "Oh, we should annex Sussex." Dan's like, "That makes me sad." Dan's like, "I just want to die." I'm like, I don't think that's positive.
I don't think that's a healthy mindset.
I just think somebody should take it, right? Maybe I should just do it.
Take Sussex?
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
like I said,
Listen,
no
you
one's
have
defending
you have
it.
at least 4 people in this podcast channel that would probably at least support you from a distance. So, like, go for it.
You think I could just like follow him on Twitter? Let me see if the like Duchy of Sussex has a Twitter account.
That's a great question.
I'm just gonna DM him big. Yo, since Harry's gone, you mind if I take over? There are about to be 5 communist states in the world, boys.
Nice.
Sussex. 1,000 tweets in the last hour. What's happening there?
What is?
Oh, the British people want their money back.
Yeah, that's. I was trying to get to that earlier, but it never came back around. So.
no, you mentioned it. I thought you got all
did
the
I?
info out. That like, yeah, you were like, yeah, they
Oh, okay.
remodeled their house with tax money, and now they're no longer there, and people are mad.
Ooh, Sussex police. Maybe I'll DM them. Be like, hey guys, you mind if I kind of take control of this whole operation we got going for us?
It's all you, man.
Wait, the Sussex police say they've been keeping Sussex safe for 50 years. Too bad they can't anymore now that the Duke's gone. They have no one to organize them. Until now. Next time my phone falls off of that part of my desk, I'm going to just lose it. I'm just putting on a stack of money and it just keeps falling off of the money. But there's so much money on my desk, I can't even
Nice, you did
put my
it.
phone anywhere else. Speaking of which, you guys hear the new Drake song, Money in the Grave?
No, I don't
think it's
listen to
new.
Drake because he's a pedophile.
No, you're absolutely right. He's a despicable person. But the song is called "Money in the Grave," and I heard it when I was taking photos for the basketball game at school the other day. It was playing, and I was like, I listened to it for a couple seconds because it was during like their warm up, so I didn't need to be like taking shots or anything. And it's basically like I think he just like read an article about like the pharaohs or something. I was like, damn, me too. I'm also gonna do that. Because the whole song is just like, yo, I mean, when I die, put my money in the grave. Like this guy literally just was like, pharaohs? You know what? They had the right idea. He's just like in Toronto, he's just gonna like build a pyramid, put a whole bunch of money in it with him. Yeah, it's just the moral of the song. I heard it and I was like, man. Rick Ross was there too. He said some stuff. I don't know if he's also going to do the pyramid thing or if maybe he was just like getting a verse in.
I mean, I feel
I
like
don't
we
know.
already knew Rick Ross was going to be doing that. I like how I just looked up the lyrics and I can tell where Rick Ross comes in because it has like a little echo at the end of every single line. And I'm like, oh, that must be Rick Ross's verse here. Oh, yep. Because it ends with Maybach music. Yep, there he is.
There he
Good for
Rick-
him.
Classic Rick Ross. So yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just kind of rap is the new thing is just the pyramids.
I can get behind that, actually.
But the thing is, I think if too many rappers build pyramids for themselves when they die, we're gonna have like another like Ancient Aliens 2 in like 1,000 years. People will be like, was Drake contacted by aliens to build this? No, he wasn't. I think he just liked the aesthetic. I don't know. But yeah, that's the.
I can get behind it though.
That's actually like, I don't know that we ever really talk about like Drake at all. I mean, because I don't think any of us are really Drake fans.
Nah.
But the fact that we said something earlier. Oh yeah, because like the hiding his. I think the intro when I talked about hiding my son or whatever, just like Drake, and now it's all come full circle. I mean, not really full circle. We just talked about him again.
Yeah, honestly, this is the most I've talked about Drake in years almost.
Yeah, I just feel like he. I don't know.
I don't like to talk about him. He's just not a cool dude.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is like a lot of rappers are like, yo, I do a whole bunch of like deplorable criminal things, and then you're like, wow, this person actually turned out to be a bad guy the whole time. You're like, wait, hold up. Although, what do Canadian rappers talk about now that weed's legal up there? Because you can't just be like, yo, my crew be smoking loud, because then it's just like, okay, yeah, congrats, so everybody does.
I don't know. They still might be about that.
I mean, I'm sure. Actually, I feel like stoner culture probably just never changes. They're always the same. They're just like, yeah, dude, that is sick.
I don't know. That's how I'd be.
That's how you are, Noah. Noah's a huge stoner.
It's true. I'm just like, wow, look at me.
Whoa, dude. Also, I don't know if you guys heard my talk about juggalos in the last podcast, but are we going to the gathering?
I mean, I'm not opposed, but I'm also a little opposed. Know what I'm saying?
Don't you think it would be fun kind of to do like to do like an instructional seminar on Marxism at the gathering of the juggalos?
It would be a trip and a half.
Here's the thing.
Like, oh yeah, you first, I suppose.
I'm not in for this. This is up to you guys.
Why do you hate us?
I don't hate you.
I think it's more of the
Why
juggalos
do you
you
hate
have a problem with.
Jackson?
It's definitely a little bit Jackson, but it's mostly the juggalos.
It's fine.
Why do you hate
We're
our
one
core
and the
fan
same.
base?
Like, all I'm saying is I don't think juggalos would murder people with laser weapons.
I can't.
I think
that.
you think they would. That's because you don't understand the juggalo fan base. That's all I'm saying. You're not one with us, man. You're not one of us.
Whoop whoop.
Family.
Do you think Vin Diesel's a juggalo?
Oh, absolutely. Noah, do you want to go to the gathering of the juggalos?
I'm just saying, I feel like my only concern is I think juggalos would probably be hardcore Republican. A bunch of them. So they might not like communism and Marxism.
I do love the political comic that's been circulating.
Let's just put
like someone like sitting outside of a trailer and just like there's like a whole bunch of garbage everywhere and there's like, thank God the stock markets are up.
Yeah,
Trump made America great.
Yeah, it's real good.
Like I've had plenty of people be like, well, the stock markets are up, and I'm like, okay, how many stocks do you have? And they're like, well, it just means businesses are doing good. I'm like, okay, but how are you? Because nothing has changed in your life, and I'm willing to bet.
It's like that. There's a tweet that went out similar to that. That was, why is it that when the stock market is doing great, nothing happens when the stock market is doing bad? 50 million people lose their jobs.
Isn't it crazy how like the people can make a ton more money at the top and not increase the wage for those around them?
Yeah.
But then when they start to lose profit, they immediately have to cut the weakest links or the links that are just not them.
It'd be like that.
Pretty cool how we have no levels of protection that exist against those kind of things because we actively support it through our political infrastructure. On both sides, vehemently. It's great. Like both sides are like, well, we love this.
Yeah, man.
And then everyone else is like, well, I guess there's no other options. Like, man, I don't like either of these two options. Too bad there's no way I can pick another one.
Yeah, too bad there are no other options that could have possibly existed.
Not a single option.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that like we were still stuck to a two-party system. And then we're like, communism is terrible because it's a one-party system. Bro, you're basically there.
We live in a society, you guys. Can we? You know what? So, can we talk about gamers rising up?
You know what? Yeah.
I
So
guess.
here's the thing, Jackson. You and I are on the same page. When we
Once you get the gamers, the laser weapons, they'll commit murders in the name of Disney. Yes, we understand.
Factual, yes. But you and I are on the same page that when we say things like we live in a society and gamers rise up, that it is all in the best of fun. It's so serious. We literally could not be more serious about it. You guys, I think white supremacists are ruining the joke again.
Huh?
Or white supremacists stealing
when I say
gamers rise up?
I just mean like, you know what? Gamers become communists.
Now, here's the thing. I get that. But when you like, I feel like okay. So Jackson, we've already gotten past your views on Reddit. We're fine. We don't like Reddit.
It's bad, yeah.
Reddit bad. it is also, in my experience, the biggest propagator of that joke. The gamers rise
Of
up.
what joke? I haven't seen that in like a year,
Well,
outside of when I
ooh.
occasionally say it as a joke.
Here's
So
the
if
problem.
Reddit's still saying
Here's
it,
the
it means
problem,
it's
Jackson.
probably bad.
Here's the problem.
So
That's
it's
where I'm
Reddit.
going with this. Yes, because about maybe 9 months ago. No, it was like near when Joker came out, so like 3-4 months ago. There was a subreddit for it that started as a meme. It started as good jokes, haha, gamers please rise up. And then the thing that always happens on Reddit happens, and
The Nazis come in.
the Nazis showed up, and they were like, "Yeah, guys, stop saying. What do you mean? Stop telling me to stop making jokes about this. It's obviously a joke." And we're like, "But maybe don't say like horrific, like actually racist things." And they're like, "But that's the joke. If anyone thinks it's not a joke, they're an idiot." And I'm like, "No, you are."
What's an example?
I don't want to
Right now
repeat
you're
the
just
most.
saying
I
racist
don't
things, and that's-
want to repeat the most recent example I saw of it, but like, so
What's an example
so-
that's not like incredibly vile or can be censored
so
fairly easily?
the one that like it kind of the joke was right. It kind of grew out of a joke of like a parody of the people who were like all about Gamergate, right? And so like,
'Cause I used to
fucking
see-
women in my video games, gamers, we need to rise up, right? And that's
Yeah, it sounds about right.
that's haha very funny.
That's a good point.
It's
yeah.
it's understandable. The problem is then it has become a thing of no, but actually like fucking women in my video games, get them out of here. And I'm like, ooh, you've gone too deep and too quickly. You've dug too deep and too quickly, and now you've awoken a dragon.
So you're telling me that bad people will use things that are funny to push their
That's
agenda,
what I'm saying,
and you're
and
using a
it's
platform that
sad.
actively supports that, and continue to use the same platform that has a very, very prolific track record of continually supporting people who do things like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then when I say that's a not necessarily ideal platform because of the way that it does
I
that,
agree with you.
and the way that those people have a way of doing that, you're just like, Jackson, think Reddit bad?
No, I've agreed with you. I've agreed with you every
Reddit
time you
bad.
said that.
Well, stop using Reddit then.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing it.
But also, what am I going to do? Go to Tumblr? I think not. Go to Twitter? Twitter is
missing out.
cancer. Actually,
Twitter is
How is your
really
Twitter
bad.
cancer?
Twitter fluctuates, but my Twitter fluctuates between
It's
being
so
cancer and
easy
not
to keep
cancer.
a good, clean Twitter.
I've been
Yeah,
taking
the
a
thing is
more
Twitter allows
proactive
a lot of things.
step about that lately. I will admit.
It is incredibly easy to keep Twitter. That's the problem with Reddit. Is like Reddit, like your communities are like thousands of people, like huge, and so you're not getting necessarily as finely curated content.
But
so you're more
I'm-
susceptible to people just being like, it's time to be white supremacist.
That's fair. I also think that there's a value in like just not in white supremacists before you take that one out of context. I think there is something to be said for like I don't love when my Twitter is just like my friends, like because I like it's easy for me to go like too deep into let's just fucking shut down everybody that I don't want to see their shit. But like then it's literally just my friends on Twitter, and at that point, why am I bothering with Twitter and not just going back to Discord where they're posting the same memes anyway?
Well, you gotta follow like Carly Rae Jepsen on Twitter
But I don't care about Carly Rae Jepsen.
and follow things you do care about,
I don't
and
care.
also start caring about Carly Rae Jepsen.
Jackson, I don't care about enough things.
Then start.
Oh, you're right. What a fool I've been.
I mean, you can develop hobbies and passions. At any
Yeah,
point
and then
in
they
your
get
life.
real exhausting.
Well, then don't dive too deeply into them.
Yeah, but
Just be like, this is something I like and is
what was
easy to
that-
digest.
What was the thing that went around a while ago? That was, or not
Like
a while
Carly
ago,
Rae Jepsen.
recently. That was like anyone else stuck in the this cycle where your hobbies are where you're so exhausted from work that your hobbies just seem like too much effort, and so all you ever do is waste the time that you have on your own and then go back to work. It's hell.
I mean, that's a pretty easy cycle to fall into.
It
but
is.
it's, you gotta like take an active step to prevent that and break it
it's
and find hobbies that you
easier-
think are actively refreshing.
It's
and
easier
not overwhelming.
to prevent than to pull yourself out of.
I mean, sure, but if you're in it, you gotta do something.
Boy, I'm trying, but I don't think my solution is caring about Carly Rae Jepsen.
I'm just saying you might want to give it a shot.
You know what? You're right. I've been unfair to Carly Rae Jepsen. Do you think Carly Rae Jepsen will accept me if I tell her that, if I say that I wanna shoot people with laser guns? Do you think I'll still be accepted
I
in my
think if
community?
you told Carly Rae Jepsen that you want to kill people for Disney's profit, I don't think she would be very excited about that.
Aw.
But Dan, I think if you told most people outside of actors directly affiliated with the Disney Corporation and involved in contracts that you wanted to kill people for their profit, I don't think many people would respond positively to that. And even those people would probably say something along the lines of, haha, you don't have to. Yeah.
It's fair. That is a thing that I could see.
Like, you'd be like, Robert Downey Jr., I want to kill people with a laser gun for Disney's profit. He'd be like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. Not don't do it, but you don't have to.
Yeah. I'm seeing where you're coming from. You know, Jackson, this is why I appreciate talking to you about these things because you've really shown me a new light.
Is the light that you shouldn't kill people
Yes.
with a laser gun for Disney's profit?
Yes,
Okay.
you've told me
Just
that I
making
shouldn't
sure.
that I shouldn't have that opinion.
Wow, I'm glad I can help. Who
Thanks, buddy.
do you guys think's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Nobody. I think we're all going to die before then.
You think nobody's gonna win it?
I think we're all going to die before then, and Super Bowl's canceled.
I think the
It
Chiefs are
could
going to win.
end in a tie. I think the Chiefs are gonna win too. But wait, is it possible for the Super Bowl to end in a tie?
I don't
Just
think
do
so.
overtime.
Well, because football games can end in a tie. You can get like after overtime and double overtime, you can get a tie. It happens usually like once a season. There'll be like one. But is there like an exception for the Super Bowl where like somebody has to win?
I assume someone has to win the Super Bowl.
You would think so.
I'm kind of really
But because
fascinated.
ties are so rare in football, do you think maybe they just haven't ever written in like a rule about it?
This is a really good question.
You know what? I don't know.
Because
Maybe
the entire
we'll find out
overtime
this year.
ruling in the NFL is an absolute joke that hasn't ever been thought.
No, yeah.
Like no one's ever actually put any thought into it. So it would not surprise me at all if like someone just forgot to say that there can't be two winners of a Super Bowl or no winners. Do you think they would give the ring to both teams or just nobody gets a ring?
That would make me happy. That would make me real happy.
I think they should give it to both.
You know what makes me unhappy though?
Ending the podcast.
Disney.
Yeah, and Disney.
Yeah, it just makes me super sad.
You know what doesn't make me unhappy? Listening to audiobooks.
Really?
We're gonna do this now.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Listen,
Really? As
if
I was
I'm-
about to launch into patron stuff.
Yeah, listen. One thing and then the other. No, I'll play the music. We haven't played the music in a bit.
No, if you play the music, you better be the Juggalo version.
Do we have a Juggalo version? Hold up. Wait a second.
Noah, do we have a Juggalo version?
We don't, and I would love to have one, but I
Audience?
cannot make one this quickly.
Audience, get out there. Make us a Juggalo version.
This guy's a Juggalo.
A
He's not one of us.
a Gargalo.
He's not part of the family.
Gargalo.
A
If you
Gargalo.
want to learn how to say Juggalo properly, I'm sure there's an audio book that talks about Juggalos
There's got to be a
at
Juggalo audiobook.
audibletrial.com/off the air.
Let's see. Juggalo audio
Please.
book. What do we got? Jump Steady, The Road, and Other True Stories. Juggalo Country, inside the world of Insane Clown Posse and America's weirdest music scene.
There you go. You can listen to
Don't
that.
you wish on some mornings you could just inhale coffee like air?
No, I don't.
No,
Coffee
I'm
is
so
gross.
glad that you're reading my Instagram feed.
He got me.
Man, I saw that and I was filled with so much hate.
I am, in fact, reading Noah's Instagram feed right now.
Feels good
Next
to
time
know.
somebody goes on their Instagram story and puts one of those things where there's like a random like
Oh, which
generated
blank character are
thing,
you?
which whatever, like what percentage blank. Next time somebody does that, I am directly calling the police.
Good idea.
They'll be like, "No, what's your emergency?" Like somebody put the thing on Instagram where it says they're Pumbaa. They'll be like, "We're on our way."
So, Noah, tell us about the Patreon.
Well, we only have one shout out this week. The other shout out will be next week because I am bad at following up with some people. But Cloud's shout out this week is just to point people toward the fandom wiki for the podcast.
That's true. That's a thing. God, I love that. What a gift we've been given. Fuck
Absolutely
me.
amazing. I was so happy to see this.
I have never been put in a wiki for any reason. That wasn't a joke in and of itself. But this is it's so well done. Like there was actually some like effort that was put, like heart and effort was put into this fucking wiki, and I love it.
Am I on it?
You are on it.
Might have to check it out then.
It says you're an anime lord / goblin enthusiast.
It's true.
That's a possibility.
It also says we have a love-hate relationship, which is accurate.
That's not true. At no point have I ever said that I love Dan.
Yeah, you have. Just not on the podcast.
That's absolutely not true. Somebody check the tapes.
I have it off the air. I'm sure it did. Ha ha ha. Jokes.
I used to be listed as the former vocalist of Fractionally Human, which I did have them correct because I am the current vocalist of Fractionally Human, as you do.
Mm-hmm. You could just fix that yourself, right?
I can't, actually. I don't have the authority to.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, maybe I just have to sign in. I don't know. That's too much work.
You just sign in. It's really... I'm not even signed in. I can edit the fucking thing.
It told me that I wasn't allowed to. It said I did not have the authority to if I was not signed in. Anyway,
Whack.
That's Cloud's shout out. Check out the wiki. It's pinned in the Discord general chat.
Yeah, it's super good.
I'm Noah. You can find me all over stuff, talking about stuff and such and things. Bubba da Bad, BUBBADABAD, streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday currently.
That is true.
Yes.
Jackson, what are you up to lately?
Ceiling.
That's it. I'm done with this guy. This Noah guy.
Canceled.
You can follow me on Twitter at Harrison Longano with a 0 at the end. That's a HARRISON, capital LONGN 0. That's all you gotta know about me.
Yep. Fine. Catch me on my Twitters and my Instas, Born57, and on Twitch at Born to Rule, where I'm streaming. Thursdays and Saturdays. Christ, that was a struggle. We've been doing.
You okay, buddy?
No, we've been doing Total Warhammer every Saturday with Cap, and then Noah and I are still struggling our way through Divinity.
It's a good time. Good
It
time.
has actually
Playing as the
the
Tau.
last couple of times have been really good. I will admit, we've been making actual progress, which feels good. So yeah, tune in next time.
You can follow the podcast at patreon.com/offtheair, facebook.com/OTA podcast, and twitter.com @theofftheair. If you'd like to support us non-monetarily, please leave us a nice little comment on Apple Podcasts. It means a lot to us.
Hey guys, the that cat that snuck into my house is eating food in the right behind my door. I can
Nice.
see him.
Just he's your cat now.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. What a world we live in. A cat just showed up in my house.
What a world we do live in.
Sussex is unprotected, and there's a random cat in my house.